Ms. Yaroslava, a lot of projects have been implemented. Ms. Yaroslava, the floor is yours. Esteemed Mayor of the City of Kiev, esteemed representatives of the city authorities of Western countries, on behalf of the Western IMS Enterprise Fund, I am happy to welcome you to the International Summit of Mayors, and we would like to exchange the best practices inside this country and on the global level. This year, the summit is dedicated to the innovations. And I am an American of Ukrainian descent. Starting from 1993, I have moved to the city of Kiev, and almost for 25 years I live in both countries and in both cities, Kiev and Chicago. And I am traveling a lot in Ukraine, and I have an opportunity to watch how the cities are being changed, which tools and instruments are being implemented to develop the ecosystems of the cities and change of the life of the citizens to the better. When I started to work in Ukraine, I was providing legal stewardship for the investors who wanted to open plants and companies in this country, how the jobs were creating. During the work of the fund, well, I saw how small investments could be transformed into the things which have an impact on development of the communities. 118 investment into SMEs created the zone of economic development, which improved the quality of the life of the communities. And we were able to create jobs for 25,000 Ukrainians who, in their turn, were capable of using their revenue to develop the purchasing of the services and goods in their own communities and in the neighboring communities. While the jobs were creating, we worked with the directors of the plant, but not with the mayors of the city. In 1990s, the local civil servants did not see how it was possible to create better conditions for their investors. But now things have changed. Now the mayors can see that the creation of jobs is one of the priorities for creating of prosperous communities and happy communities. For the cities become successful and flourishing, it is important to develop the sectors which are the most developed in these cities and can create the economic advantages of the cities. For one, it's light industry. For others, tourism, education, and machine building. In my city of Chicago, at a certain point of time, we also have identified the sectors of priority, and then we created clusters, the production clusters and the service clusters. The focus on these two as sectors increased the revenues to the budget, development of the entrepreneurship, created new jobs, implementation of the innovations, and also the profile of the city of Chicago has increased internationally. Now Chicago is a flourishing city, one of the most developed in the United States, and we would like the Ukrainian cities to appear on the map of the world together with Chicago, London, Tokyo. And for this purpose, the Western IMS Enterprise Fund works proactively with the cities and communities at various levels. We are implementing educational initiatives. We help with the development of the hub schools. We support the girls working in the IT sector. And we've started a Ukrainian Leadership Academy in 3 cities of Ukraine. And for this city, the startup of ecosystems are very important and support of the SMEs. And thanks to our program with the Ukrainian banks, the social entrepreneurs can obtain the loans with a 5% interest per annum. And the mayor is an individual from whom the public expects a lot. And well, it is quite correct because the citizens have entrusted the city to him. And it is very important that the role of the citizens would not be finished after the elections, but they have to participate in the resolution of the problems. They have to participate in this professionally. The participatory approach also brings good results, and the former Mayor of New York, Mr. Bloomberg, was an exemplary mayor. And when he finished his term of the mayor, he still announces the competitions between the mayors, and they involve the community into the development of the city. We are absolutely confident that the strong countries could be created from these strong communities. That's why our fund supports the leaders in the localities, in the field, and who are ready to introduce qualitative changes which will transform the life of the rank and file Ukrainians and make it better. That's why we have organized the International Summit of the Mayors, which is going to be the major platform for exchange of experience, the best practices of development of ecosystem of the cities, involvement of the investment, in implementation of the innovative approaches. And I would like to wish all the participants of the International Mayors Summit to get inspiration from this event. And tomorrow you will be able to start implementing new ideas in your city. I would like to thank you very much for your participation, and I would like to wish you good work and good results of your deliberations today. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Thank you very much. These applause are yours. It is very pleasant that the city of Kiev is the capital of this summit, venue of this summit. And Kiev demonstrated an example of how it is possible to go hand in hand with the innovations, to develop and to support them. And we are going to hear about it in more details from an individual who implemented a lot of projects in the city of Kiev, and this is the mayor of the city of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, colleagues, and I'm happy to welcome all of you in the city of Kiev. Especially, I'm happy to welcome all the mayors. We have met just a moment ago, with a lot of mayors of Ukrainian cities, and I would like also to welcome the mayors from various countries. Welcome to Kiev, welcome to Ukraine, who have come to this summit. We, together with Ms. Yaroslava, have been discussing issues, and we have generated an idea. Well, it would be great if annually we will invite the representatives of various cities into the city of Kiev, and I said that it can happen only in one case, if they would know that here in Kiev they would see some new initiatives, some interesting initiatives, and maybe they will come to get some experience and to share our experience. And I can tell you from my own experience that I work, because I work to tap on the best practices, best examples which exist in various cities, in various countries, and using this best practices and good experience, I pick up good ideas, good projects, and I always want to implement something similar in my city, in the city of Kiev. And step by step, gradually, we are implementing projects here using the best practices and the most advanced experience in various cities. And it's great that now, during the summit, we, together with you, can exchange this experience and best practices. And I will be happy to tell you what we were able to implement, to do, which innovative projects were innovated, and how they are perceived by the citizens of Kiev. Because our task is to make our cities comfortable, modern, safe, for the life of the citizens who entrusted us, the mayors, to protect their interests and rights. And the key task here is the following. Well, when I was leaving the city and traveling abroad, I always was trying to formulate the tasks and objectives for the visits. Previously, when I traveled abroad, and now my wife is smiling and my friends are smiling, and I was always taking pictures of the beautiful architectural monuments. But now when I go to different cities, I am, taking photos of the sidewalks and of the cobble roads, and I'm just collecting the best examples and the best experience which I would like to implement in my city. And we have challenges in this country, and the top priority now is combating corruption. And openness and transparency is one of the tools which help us to deal with the corruption. We make our city council open. People quite often accuse us of misusing the budget, and people are, if the citizens do not know much about the budget, they always are wondering whether the budget is being properly used. And the most important thing here is to make this budget open for the citizens. So now we started to implement this tool. It was the first project in our program, in the program Kiev Smart City. And I would like to thank very much one of the leaders of the IT technologies, the German company SAT, which together with the specialists, has implemented this program. And at present, all the revenues and the expenditures of the Kiev city administration and Rayon's administrations of each kindergarten, of each school, are open. And the citizens, the public activists, and the journalists, the media can look at these numbers, and thus the city budget is absolutely transparent. Then we have also demonstrated what are the revenues to this budget. This is a component, one of the components of the transparency, so that people can understand how the city operates, and quite a considerable chunk of money is being used much more effectively and efficiently than previously. One of the key tools to provide transparency and accountability, a system became a system of electronic procurement, e-procurement. Almost 2 billion hryvnia from the city budget were saved thanks to this system. And the next interesting aspect, which I would like to introduce to you in the area of smart city, was implementation of the instrument of budget democracy and system of petitions and the participatory budget. And this is a real tool which gives an opportunity to the people to be part of the changes which happen in their apartment building, in the micro district, in the big city. And people can submit the project, the draft projects, and it is being voted for by the residents in the nearby streets and districts. And if this project wins, we as a city, finance the implementation of this project. I'd like to confess that we never expected this project to become that popular and that much support which has been provided to it by the citizens. Last year we have allocated 50 million hryvnia for this project, and this project has become so popular that we decided to double the participatory budget, and we have allocated 100 million hryvnia for this program. And all of us would like to, and all of us have smartphones, and we use all the top-notch IT technologies that makes our life much more comfortable. We also use the systems of informing the citizens using the electronic tools. One can make an appointment with the physician by email, and also the petitions. Well, if there is a problem, the citizens can immediately write about it in the using IT systems. So also it is possible to look at the schedule of the public transit at the smart bus stops and to understand when the bus is going to arrive. Also movement of the municipal machinery which cleans the streets, and it is also reflected in the IT systems. One of the most important components in the modern world, and this is not only about the city of Kyiv or the cities of Ukraine, it's about the cities of, well, globally. And this issue is the safety for each citizen. And there was a very good idea. We started to develop, after the visit to Israel, in Tel Aviv, we were able to see how efficiently the system of safety is working. And at present, I can say that we started to implement the very similar system of safety, and we even made one step forward. And we tasked the specialist in the ICT technologist and now in the city of Kyiv we have installed 5,000 cameras, and by the end of this year, within 1 month, we are going to install 1,000 cameras more. This will be 6,000 cameras which will be covering and monitoring the schools, the kindergartens, the public space areas, the entrance to the city, exits from the city, all the bridges. And the system is quite smart. And they might even, well, they recognize the face, the plates of the cars, and plate numbers of the cars. We also are going to include the parking lots into this system. And it gives a lot of opportunities in terms of managing the city life. And also enforcement agencies can use the information which is provided by this system. And we would like also to install 100,000, to use 100,000 cameras which are installed in the private institutions, also to just include them into the system. The system is very efficient, but we would like to develop it. 6,000 or 106,000 cameras, it's a lot. If we are going to include all the private cameras into the system. In the City of London, there are almost 1 million cameras for surveillance. So we have to move to these very important targets. But even now, I can tell you that the results are very good. Well, now we are going to run some presentation, yeah. Well, this is our smart representatives of the IT, smart representative of the IT center. I'm really very happy that in the city we have implemented an innovation IT project. It's a center of IT technology, a hub in the center of the city, and we will invite everyone to come there and also provide their ideas, implement their ideas. And I think that the most innovative ideas are going to be implemented there, and also the startups. If you're interested, please, you're invited. Allocate time in your busy schedule. In Krishcharik, don't remember which is the number? Well, Krishcharik 10 is the address. Please stop there and you will be impressed. And this is a good opportunity for the young people, and it will make them stay here in this city and to implement their ideas. And a lot of them will find an opportunity to implement their creative ideas there and stay and work in the city of Kyiv. There is another interesting initiative we have implemented. We are implementing at present. We are implementing the systems which at present give an opportunity to properly work with the city of Kyiv. We have become the first city in this country where we have launched the Uber system, which is known all over the world. I know that it's quite comfortable and that is working in other cities of Ukraine as well. But I'm very happy for the city of Kiev to become the first one to launch it. And also the household solid waste collection, the smart garbage cans. And I know that there are problems with the garbage collection in a lot of cities. And, like those garbage cans are located in the streets and it's not very attractive. But we have installed a new system where the containers for the garbage, for the solid waste, are underground. They are not visible. And they give the information to the trucks which collect the garbage when it is necessary to come and to move the garbage. They have the solar batteries to charge them. And when the tanks are being filled, the operator gets this information, and the solid waste collection trucks come and collect the garbage. This is a very efficient system. We have copied it from other cities, but we have improved it a little bit and adjusted it to our conditions, and it has become even more efficient for us.
And there are many events unfolding in the city of Kiev. We are always open and happy to present all these systems. For the future, we'll do everything within our powers to make Kiev innovative indeed. And we'll have the brainstorming sessions with the young people. We give them tasks and identify the problems with our municipality. And they offer some ideas to solve the problems. On the surface, some of them look fantastic or bizarre, but in fact they are doable and prove that. I'm very happy that we have this great forum in our city, and as mayor I will do everything in collaboration with the Association of the Ukrainian Cities and Towns to make all the innovations work and to help this forum so that it has some continuation, so that every guest coming to our beautiful city of Kiev can see some innovations, new technologies, new state-of-the-art developments that are quite effective and make the city of Kiev, our city, comfortable, modern and attractive, not just for the Kievans but also for the people who come to our place. So have a nice conference, have a fruitful exchange of ideas, and let's do everything possible for the ideas, for the dreams, for the aspirations to come true and make our cities modern, comfortable, so that every community member thanks you and us that they have a good, innovative mayor, and their places are much more comfortable now. Sorry for trespassing on your time and Yuli for the long speech, and have a great day indeed. Thank you, Vitaly. Vitaly was referring to 1551. I'm a proud user of this. No, it's not an application. It's not just an application. It's a service now, and all the time I know where our renovations take place in Kiev, and that's how I make my route traveling by car. And so from municipalities to international organizations, you know for sure that development of this country, like development of many others, becomes much speedier and much more qualified when the international organizations step in and help Ukraine with the developments, with their support. And I would like to invite to this podium a great partner of our Congress, our summits, the regional director of USAID in Ukraine, Belarus and Moldova, Susan Fritz. Susan, the floor is yours.
for their future development. Leaders must have a plan for attracting investors. Today's urban investors are attracted to cities that have a potential to become globally competitive. The world's most successful urban developers are able to increase investor interest through business networking and partnerships, both domestic and internationally. While many exciting opportunities lie ahead, achieving them is almost impossible to imagine without strategic thinking and expert advice. This year's summit is truly important to USAID because we are always on the lookout for new ideas to solve problems and develop new ways to respond to community needs, build better partnerships, and ensure the sustainability of our efforts. And as you all are well aware, innovation is a key driver. So I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity today and build those linkages that will best advance your local economies and improve the lives of your residents. So in closing, I want to make it clear to all of you that the United States remains your partner in making local economic development in Ukraine a success. Thank you. Дуже дякую.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have such a partner. Thank you again.
It's really pleasant when Ukraine is supported in this clear-cut and open way, and we can showcase some achievements that appeared because of this support. And so now I would like to discuss innovations, because you probably know I haven't yet announced the exclusive partner. It's Visa, the nest of innovations. Yevhen Lesnyak, Director of Technical Solutions Department, Head of Group of Innovative Solutions for CIS and Southeastern Europe. Good morning. It's a very pleasant opportunity. I would like to greet the ladies and gentlemen, and all the sponsors. Ukraine is one of the most hospitable nations in the world. So with the support of our international guests, I think it would be very proper to address you in English.
Think how to use these possibilities, this opportunity. This is actually opportunity. From other hand, we live in digital era. Now there is a lot of absolutely mad technologies. Artificial intelligence, big data, neural networks, etc. And some people are saying that it's dangerous. This causes some concerns from the people. It's normal. There is no worries, actually. When the steam machines appeared, also people afraid that they could take their jobs, but nothing has happened. We just became more effective. That was the third industrial revolution, now the fourth. So what should we do with this again? Yeah, future is coming now. We live, tomorrow is today. And in recognition of these opportunities, we should to embrace all these values, what we can use to improve the quality of our life. And city mayors around the world, they understand it. And hopefully more and more cities will join the initiatives called Smart City. I'm very glad that Ukrainian cities, they are very progressive in these initiatives. We have Kyiv, we have Zhytomyr, he is a star for the moment here, I think. We have Kharkiv, we have Ternopil, etc. A lot of cities in Ukraine are starting their smart initiatives. And we believe in Visa that there is no possibility to build smart society if there is only cash. We think that digital payments and digital solutions, what we have now, can help cities in their development, can help them to become more transparent, more efficient, and in this way more qualitative. With the help of huge amounts of resources such as sensors, cameras, trackers, etc., city can collect a lot of data and use it to improve the quality of life. Actually, they can manage traffic, they can manage garbage, they can do everything with this data, not only to manage and monitor, but also to predict, to prevent, to forecast what is going to be in the future, and to plan accordingly to this data. So we have to use all this potential to unleash our possibilities, to upgrade city governments. So smart cities is about upgrading of governments of the cities. There is a lot of examples. I will not say about it now, but I can say that to prove that tomorrow is here. All of us, we heard about NEOM, new city for $500 billion which Saudi Arabia is going to build. There will be more robots than human. Actually, China is doing the same almost. They are building city Xi'an. It's very important to know that we are not more in the past. Yeah, we move to the future. And it's not only about technique. It's not about technical. It's not about just sensors. Smart city is much more wider. Actually, you should build infrastructure. You should build roads, you should build utilities, not only manage. We have to provide, we have to almost keep in mind that the final destination is the improved quality of life. And exactly this is the main, our aim, what we are doing. And we believe that digital payments and cashless technologies is a crucial enabler of smart cities. It could be a huge contribution for businesses, for governments, for economies. And my colleague, Mr. Arturo Gonzalez, will present you our deep investigation about how cashless economy can improve the cities. And actually, we are talking about transparency. Here we are. This is a transparency. So city, actually, to say, they should strategically attract internationally well-known company and use their experience and cooperate with them. These companies will not only do business, to say honestly. We in Visa, we are trying to bring our experience. We are sharing our knowledge. We are trying to create common projects with the cities. We are investing in the cities. So we know the examples. For example, for instance, it's Zhytomyr, where we invested in transport infrastructure. We also invested in Ternopil. Now we are in stage of investment in Kharkiv. We have invested in Kyiv. So we are going to prolong this cooperation. We do believe that Visa could be a very sustainable, very reliable partner for cities and for future municipal development in Ukraine. So I could say that government and local authorities, not only Visa, they should act as facilitator and promoter of the smart cities, because only this can allow them to catch up these new innovational trends and to use this technology with help of internationally recognized companies, of course. And to finalize my speech, I can say some rephrase of one guy from US, William Deming. He is the evangelist of changes. He said, the world is changing so fast that you cannot just do nothing to survive. You must evolve. We must evolve. Thank you.
Дякую, Євгене.
Thank you very much. It was an inspirational speech, especially about the robots. I'm expectant of your colleagues' information that will be presented very soon. I believe another sponsor and partner of ours is Data Group. You have seen at the entrance the super innovative stand, and that's their thing. I would like to invite to the stage another speaker who will discuss innovation, Michalo Shlamba, Data Group. More detail on security, the most important value for the city. And Mayor Klitschko did mention that in his speech previously. Good morning. I'm very glad to be here and to have this opportunity to open the summit together with you. But today I would like to discuss with you things not as director of the best telecommunications company in Ukraine, but as a Kievan, as a citizen, as a local guy. And we know that the best asset of the state, of the cities, is human. And for the Ukrainian citizen towns, it's good news and bad news by the same token. The bad news is in many smart girls and boys being actually driven to other countries where they find better workplaces. The good news is that we can change this trend, change the destination. I'm one of the examples. Despite of my young age, I'm an immigrant of old. I've lived in 5 countries, 9 cities over last 15 years, but I'm back, and that makes me happy. And last 3 years before coming back to Ukraine, I lived in Dubai and United Arab Emirates. We moved with the family to that place, but the problem is that my family is still there, believe it or not. My wife is there, she has a job there, my children go to school there, and we discuss with my wife the issue of Ukraine being a proper place for raising your children. And in Dubai, in the innovative city, if you try that, it's much more difficult to come back to Ukraine. But I'm happy that the innovations that were decided by Mayor Klitschko, they are not just in words, they are in deeds, and they are already changing people's life for better. Recently we had that event when baby was stolen, and within 24 hours they found the little girl. And of course that unfortunate event touched everybody's heart, and that also touched our family. We also had a discussion, and we were talking about the change. Kiev is becoming a safer place, and you cannot be afraid of letting your children go to the streets of the city. And the city becomes a competitive place for the best talents, the best people. And that is all improving. You know, I have a dream. I have a duty, but also a dream. And that is all about my children. As a father, I have to give them the opportunity to choose their place of residence, the best school, the best university, the best job in the world, the best career. That is what I consider my duty as a father. But my dream is for my children to live in Ukraine, to work for the benefit of their homeland, for the benefit of their own people. And this dream can be implemented by us in our togetherness. It is my responsibility to do everything I can to improve our cities, to make them safer, more comfortable. And as a company, we're doing everything we can to make this come true. And in this audience, we have those people who historically can change the situation in Ukraine. And they have done a lot and keep trying for Ukraine to become a safer country, for every city and town to become more comfortable, and so that in 10 to 20 years, nobody will think about such things as where to go. They will think how to further develop Ukrainian communities. Thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mihailo. It was such an inspirational talk from you, and it was a very sincere speech, and that's great. And I would like to say a few words about this forum. To organize this forum, you can only imagine how much effort had to be put into it by so many people. And this forum has been organized, hundreds of emails, hundreds of contacts, hundreds of trips, not only in Ukraine, but to other countries and continents, Canada and European countries, and a lot of work has been done with the thoughts, ideas, how to improve Ukraine. And all this has been done by the ideologue of this summit, and this person is a little bit concerned of coming up to this podium, and I would like all of us to welcome her and let us support her, and let us support Irina Zimok, who was an ideologue, initiator of the International Mayors Summit in the city of Kiev. She has a lot of accomplishments and awards, but the most important thing is to hear what she's going to tell us now. Thank you very much. I'm really a little bit excited, and I would like to apologize for some mistakes I might make during my report. Esteemed guests of the International Mayors Summit, you cannot even imagine how happy am I to welcome you at this event today. First of all, I would like to thank the Western NAS Enterprise Fund and Ms. Yaroslava Johnson personally for the support they gave us. The Visa company, who is an exclusive company, the Data Group company, who is our major sponsor. And I would like to thank our international partners, Association of Cities of Ukraine, Association of Energy Efficient Companies, Deloitte company, and thanks to them, this event became possible, and it can be carried out at such a high level. You know that the song which usually is used by Vladimir Klitschko, Vitaly's brother, well, actually I use this song to prepare this summit of mayors, and I wanted to bring Michael Bloomberg to the city of Kiev, whom Yaroslava Johnson mentioned, who was an ex-mayor of New York, but people who knew him personally said that it's impossible, but I could not reconcile with that, and that's why I wrote to every email which I found in the internet, which is a contact to the organization, which is called Bloomberg Philanthropies. You won't believe, next day I've got the first answer. And Michael Bloomberg started a reward, Engage City Awards, and this is an award for the American cities which would demonstrate the exemplary cooperation with their communities, how they develop this methodology. And for the first time in history, this reward, which was established in 2009, has been opened for the European cities and also for Ukraine. And this is a great news, and I will share it with you, esteemed mayors of Ukrainian cities. You can become a global players in the innovation field and bring these awards at the global level. You know that there is a rating 50 innovations which have been provided by Ukraine to the world, and this was just like Sikorsky helicopter and the IMS system and many others, and the Ukrainian developers have participated that. But historically it happened so that a lot of these developers had Ukrainian roots, but they lived and worked outside this country. And I would like to now appeal to you, the mayors of Ukrainian cities, please create the conditions in Ukraine which will help Ukrainians to become innovative here in Ukraine. The International Mayors Summit is a global project. It's going to grow, it's going to expand, and we would like to make it a platform to exchange ideas about the innovations between Ukrainian mayors and the best specialists in this area from other countries of the world. And I'm very happy that we have a good cooperation with the Amsterdam colleagues. We started it last year, and now we have become partners. Amsterdam is the official partner of the International Mayors Summit. I had an opportunity to meet the Prince of the Netherlands in June, and he supports the implementation of startup ecosystem in the Netherlands. And in a couple of in some time from now, he's going to be our guest. It is impossible to curb innovations. It is impossible to ignore them. They are everywhere, and they change the Ukrainian cities. But it's very important to remember, which was mentioned by Mikhailo Shelemba, that the city is the citizens of this city. We have a very special guest of this city, the person of the future. She is the staff of the database company. Her name is Kiki, and I would like you to meet her. Hello, Kiki. Welcome, Kiki. Welcome, Kiki. Oh, Kiki. Hello, Kiki. Well, it's great that Kiki has a great sense of humor. Today, this morning, we talked to her, and nobody was here, and she speaks English. So I asked her, how many guests are we going to have here? And she said 0. It is impossible to cheat her. Hi. Hello, Irina, and I would like everybody who is at the summit here.
Скажи, Кики, а як
Kiki, and should you be a mayor, which city would you would you choose? She blinks. 000. Kiki, should you be able to become a mayor of the city, which city would you choose? Can we check? Well, she's a robot, and you're a good girl. The greatest value of this city is citizens, and I'm really very happy that we have more human beings in this world than the robots. Yeah, well, we might support this idea so far. It's true, and we asked Kiki, should she be able to implement innovations in the cities, which innovations she would implement, and she told us that it would be integrity, honesty, and it's very pleasant for us that even the robots are trying to be integral and honest. And we would like to remind also that within the framework of the International Mayors Summit, we have started the rating of the mayors innovators. You will be able to see now the award, a trophy trophy, which is going to be given to the winner of this rating. And this was created by a Ukrainian artist, Gronsky. It's really very heavy. Only Vitaly Klitschko would be able to carry it. It's made of concrete. But this rating was announced for the cities which have the population under 500,000 population. And we have already chosen the 5 mayors who are part of that rating. It's very important for us to create innovations and values, and for the mayors, innovators would be elected by the citizens the way they are elected during the elections to the mayors. So we will be able to choose the innovators in the open voting mode at the site in electronic form, at the site of the most popular media in Ukraine. And we would not like innovation to be only reported about on paper in the reports. And for the first time in Ukraine, we would like to suggest that the mayors of the Ukrainian cities would sign the manifesto of the mayors universities. I would like to initiate the reforms and innovations in the cities of Kiev, and I would like to implement the innovations which will make the life of the cities more comfortable, to implement the Ukrainian innovations, the foreign innovators, which will improve the life of the city, to create the innovative partnerships with the innovation companies of Ukraine, to work on the priorities of the city, to cooperate, to be open to the cooperation with the social leaders, to carry out the constant cooperation, exchange of experience with the startup community of Ukraine for the sake of the best innovating solutions, to increase the impact of the innovative projects, and to measure the programs and changes with the help of the citizens. And I believe that we have in Ukraine more than 400 mayors, and it would be great if the mayor of this capital would be the first to take all this responsibility and sign the manifesto of the innovative mayors. Mr. Vitaly, please sign the manifesto. You do it on the wall. The capital has to lead and demonstrate an example. Thank you. There's enough space for all the Ukrainian mayors to sign this manifesto. Thank you very much. And now, officially, the International Mayors Summit is open. Thank you. Let us applaud Irina. Well, now we are going to continue. That was great to watch the conversation with Kiki and and it was very interesting to watch you guests, esteemed guests. You are representing 150 cities of Ukraine and 9 international cities. Well, all of you have been watching the Mayor Klitschko signing the manifesto. You will be able to do it as well.